What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. How's the audio? Mic good? Music good? What's up, Mark? A Pang Chapel? 9 lie. We'll give people a couple minutes to get in here, and then we'll jump right into it. Music down a little. I figured we'd go with YouTube today. See how it goes. A lot of people like YouTube, and also everyone says it makes it easier for them to watch it afterwards. So that I should probably just find a way to or use that software or whatever where you can stream on both. Exactly. Switch back and forth. Every other stream. Thursdays on YouTube. Tuesdays on Twitch. Twitch Tuesdays. Yeah, Powell did tank the market. What a bum. He didn't tank Moonbirds, though. Absolutely unbelievable what the Moonbirds have been doing. They're at like 35 Ethereum floor. That's just bonkers. Insane. Absolutely insane. I am excited for nesting. That should be pretty cool. All right. Let's get into it. So, welcome in, everyone. If you're new here, thanks for tuning in. If you're a regular, good to see you back. In this stream, we'll talk about the market, we'll talk about some NFTs, we'll talk about whatever else we decide to talk about. Do some Q&A. Probably going to be a 45-minute stream, something like that. Something in that range. Before we get started, though, quick shout out to Bybit. They are the reason we can do these twice a week for free. If you'd like to support the stream, you can check out that Bybit link down below. So, changed my range slightly here. I did have it like this, and I moved it like this. Main reason is these mid-range interactions are so clean, so I think this might be a better range to work with. If I had to guess, this looks like it's going sub 40K, unfortunately, if you're a bull. But this is a pretty brutal rejection, deviation above. It's possible we just do something like this and hang around the mid-range, take out all these stops here, and then push back to the range high. And I will be looking for a possible scenario like that. I think if we do break down here and then trade back towards the range high, that's probably a short, because we would have broken market structure. So low, high, lower high, or sorry, lower low. You'd look for the lower high around here and then probably short it down to the range low. And what I kind of say all the time is we are trading in a range until proven otherwise. So we assume that we will continue to trade in that range. And then a retest of 39K would be an awesome long opportunity. But as things stand, it kind of looks like something like this is going to play out. Obviously won't be quite as clean as that, because the market doesn't move. Could be something like this, right? And then you go up and then whatever. So I guess the two setups that you kind of look for: a retest of this level as a short, stop loss here, or a sweep of these lows and reclaim, stop loss at whatever the bottom of the sweep is, and you'd be targeting these highs. On this trade, if it happened after this, you'd be targeting that low and the origin of this pump, which is also the range low. You only want to know how I'm doing and how is Zeus. I'm doing well, man. Zeus is doing great. He got groomed yesterday, so he looks like a soft, fluffy dog today. He's a good boy. I appreciate you asking. Any Soul NFTs I'm keeping an eye on right now? I don't think there are many upcoming mints that I'm looking to take part in, at least not that I know off the top of my head. I will try and keep an eye on things overall, but yeah, I don't think I have anything on my radar quite yet. Let's see. Have I heard about Anada NFT? I have not. I love the geckos though. Okay. So that's kind of what we're looking for on Bitcoin. Let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum does not look quite as clean. Let's clean this up a little bit. Let's see if we can get some. I'm gonna take off Monday's range. So probably working with something like this, but like I said, not quite as clean as the Bitcoin one. Regardless, I think this is a obvious long area. So like 29. I'm gonna take this off. Was this the daily or the, yeah. Yikes. So this is probably where you want to long if Ethereum gives an entry. that's where we're going to be looking to do it. But just not quite as clean as Bitcoin from like the multiple scenarios. I think this short would be really clean. I don't see as clean of a setup here on Ethereum. But if this starts to play out, you could always pull up the Ethereum chart, and if it looks like it's... Oops. If it's kind of just making a lower high around here, you could always look for a short on that as well. This one has already broken market structure here to the downside. Sol barely front ran the target, got very close to Monday's high. And if we're not looking at it as Monday's range and kind of looking at another range here, honestly, this looks pretty darn clean. This was your move above. Great retest. That would have been a nice short had I seen that earlier. We probably will see some type of a bounce around here. Oops. Or go a little further, maybe into this before a bounce, but I don't really like to mess around with the mid-range too much. I would much prefer taking a long in this area around $100. The S&P really did rug, and that's a big reason why this has gotten ugly so quickly. From a TA perspective, you'd probably look for a bounce around here. Obviously, we broke out above this structure. Now we'd like to see a higher low for this to shift the trend. But I mean, that actually could line up pretty well with crypto hitting these range lows. Actually, we might go deeper than that if that happens. Unless we just hold that better than equities, which could happen. Actually, that's not that unrealistic. But yeah, Powell saying 50 bips rate increases is not exciting. I mean, it is what it is, but the daily does look pretty cooked, if I do say so myself. But you would really like to see this just range, and not that this is just the lower high before another big leg down. So, little concerning. Still 3.5 hours left for that daily candle though, so we'll see what happens. Thoughts on ADA? I don't have very many thoughts on ADA. Cardano. It doesn't look great. I mean, I guess the best thing you'd hope for is that it's putting in a higher low right here. But the thing is, like, if the rest of the market puts in a higher low right here, then that's good for everything else. That would be the hope. I don't really trade ADA though, and I'm also not the biggest fan of it. Juno's chilling around 16, 17 bucks. 16.44 right now, 43. I believe this is an all-time high in terms of total bonded ratio, which is good to see. You know, the more Juno that's staked and off the market, the better. And it's kind of been around these levels for a while. Prop 19 looks like it will get rejected, which don't know what that is, which is good. What do you think about the Raw airdrop announcement and changes? I mean, I'm glad Raw will be launched in 10 days. What changes specifically are you referencing? I'm glad things are starting to move along with Juno in general. You know, like, we are getting over some of this whale drama. Prop 20 should be coming out soon to decide what to do with those funds. Raw launching in 10 days. It feels like the tides are starting to shift a little bit. And I think everyone was wishing that they bought Juno in the teens when it was at 40 something a couple months ago. And now that it's back down there, I think people are just scared to buy. And it's like, well, this is exactly what you were waiting for, so what'll it be? Oh, they aren't dropping to Atom stakers. Yeah, it is what it is. I feel like it makes the most sense to airdrop it to Juno stakers because it's on Juno, but I probably get one less allocation or something because I'm staking Atom too. The whale drama is that this exchange gamed the airdrop basically. There was a whale cap of 50,000 Juno for the airdrop, and they basically put 50,000 Atom into a bunch of different wallets, but it was their clients' fund. So think of it this way. Let's say you have money on Binance, and like it says you have the Atom on the screen in your wallet in Binance, but Binance is doing whatever they want with the money that you have on the exchange, and they put it into a bunch of Kepler wallets so they can get airdrops with your money and keep it for themselves, is basically what this CCN whale, whatever you want to call them, has been, or did, and then didn't tell their clients about the airdrops, so basically just like keeping $100 million or whatever it is for themselves in Juno, even though the airdrop stuff said no centralized entities are eligible. Juno is so dumb. Above where it was when I first bought in and told you guys about it on stream. But, and I mean, if you've been staking and compounding for 3 months, you probably have like 30 or 40% more Juno. Actually, probably not quite that high. Probably like 20%. But yeah, I think with all that stuff coming to an end, should be looking good. Should be good. I haven't checked in a while to see if they're selling the rewards. I think if they were smart, they'd move them to a different wallet so they keep them. But yeah, they basically stole that money, and they've already made, I don't know, like 50 mil off selling staking rewards. So they've already gotten more than they deserved in the first place. My opinion on TA on NFTs. Well, so NFTs move for different reasons than coins. Like if an NFT project comes up with an announcement about some airdrop that the holders are going to get, you can't, like, it's not like you were like, oh, this pump makes sense from a TA perspective. It's like, no, it's just, I don't know. I guess in short, like, I think it's a cool way to visualize prices of NFTs, but I don't think it gives you much insight. But maybe I'm wrong. Did I talk about Neta yet? Not really. Neta is at like $450. Down quite a bit as well, but I attribute that to the fact Juno pulled back a lot. Like when a lot of this drama started, people had their Juno staked and their Neta was liquid, and so they were like, all right, I'm just gonna dump my Neta, because you can't really panic sell your Juno because it takes time to unbond it. Yeah, I like the Foxes. They've developed a lot of really sick tools. But yeah, I think as Juno recovers, I think Neta will as well. Teach you Fibonacci. I might have made a video about that back in the day. I think Cred has one. I would say watch his. A good percent allocation for Atom, Juno, Osmosis, and other Cosmo projects. I can't really give you the answer on that. I would say do some research. Find which ones you're most bullish on. Allocate more to your higher conviction bets, and go from there. I also just don't use Fibonacci that much. Sometimes I'll check a Like the 0.62 to 0.79, that kind of range right there is pretty typical for pullbacks. So sometimes I'll check that, but I'm never really taking a trade solely based off of it. My system of trading, price action, and I look at sweeps, like people getting stopped out, liquidity, ranges, but in the end it just comes down to price action, reading candlestick charts. Did I mint froyos? I did not. No. I don't even know what that is. Let me see if there are any other coins we gotta talk about. Luna hit resistance. Tagged that pretty perfectly. Very nice pump from this demand level. I mean, it trades so clean. Nice 31% move there. Can you talk about sweeps? I mean, in general, it's just like, think of where people's stop losses would be and what needs to happen for them to get stopped out, and that's where you want to look for an entry. So like if people got long in here and then price pumped, their stop losses are probably at these lows. This move would stop them all out, fill those sell orders, because a market sell would be your stop loss. So that market sells, then other people are buying here, and once all that money's been stopped out, pushes the other direction. So I would say we probably saw something similar here. After this nuke, right? If anyone was shorting in here, their stop loss would have been right there. This stops them all out, and then you get the big move down. So that's what I mean when I talk about sweeps. How do I feel about Jago? I don't really know what that means. He is a boogle. I don't talk with him all the time, but I got nothing against him. I hold more Juno than Adam, personally. Based on what I think upside looks like and things like that, I choose to hold more Juno. I don't think everyone needs to do that. But that's what I'm doing personally. And the Moonbird floor is 34.9. I've been trading since 2017. You don't understand why sweeping stops, we move up instead of accelerate down. I mean, it did kind of push down 2% past where those stop losses would be. But you got to think about it this way. Like if you're trading with way more money than your average individual, you need a lot of liquidity to fill your orders. And how do you get liquidity? By stopping other people out, or by other people being stopped out. So the way really large buy orders can be filled is through market sells on stop losses. So all these people get stopped out, all this money, all these market sells. Someone with more money than you is absorbing those market sells and buying here. And then we go up. Basically, it's like basic retail traders who are getting stopped out, because like this is the obvious place to put a stop loss. So there's liquidity there. So that liquidity needs to be attacked, so to speak, for someone who has much bigger orders to get filled. And then same with the other way. So a stop loss on a short is a market buy. And so if someone has a lot of shorts they need to get filled, you need liquidity. And market buys provide that liquidity. No problem, Thomas. So those are the scenarios I'm watching for. I will tweet or post in the Discord as they progress. If there are any moves that I feel like I need to make. But I think that's pretty much it. I think that's all I got. So we'll see if Prop 20 comes out this weekend or later this week. I think that will help Juno, and then let's see what happens with Bitcoin if any of these scenarios trigger. Also, I'm going to be doing a Spaces with the Boryoku Dragons on Monday. Talk about the overall project, what they got coming up, some exciting things like that. So if you're interested in the Dragons project, I think you'll really enjoy that Spaces on Monday. So that'll do it for me though, guys. Appreciate you tuning in, and as usual, if you enjoyed the streams and would like to support the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button. And also if you'd like to support in another way, you can sign up on Bybit to trade. And it looks like we're about to get this scenario. So here's how I would play it. Stops there. Look for a sweep, reclaim of this, get up here, do something like this, and then short it back down to there. Tentatively. Obviously things can change if we smash above 42K. Or if this goes straight down to here, then it's like, alright, this is where you want to bid, but that's the general idea. Cool. Appreciate you all tuning in. Talk to you soon. Peace.